We're looking at another inexpensive Android tablet here today. This is the Blackview Oscal Pad 18. It's fine for the money, it's not bad at all. It's a sort of 10-11 inch tablet with a decent chip, good storage and RAM, all for under £200. I'm seeing it on their official site for £150 plus the import tax. It's got expandable storage and 4G connectivity. It's got a decent screen and it does have a high quality feel and finish. And the free case is absolutely fine, but it does this weird thing where when it's open, the magnet is in such a place that it actually puts it into automatic sleep when its back tab is just closed. So that's quite frustrating. I'll have to find a way to turn off automatic sleep in settings, I think. So that's due to where the magnet and magnetometer is. So I think I'll do the rest of the review with it out of its case. I can kind of get away with it by just holding it sort of slightly open like this, but that's not ideal, is it? The marketing materials show it being used with a keyboard case, but as there are no pogo pins, I'm guessing that would have to be like a Bluetooth case. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, of course, but if you want something with a permanent keyboard case, I'd suggest there are other options out there for you to have a look at. They also do advertise with a free stylus pen, but they might as well not bother because that's just no more sensitive than using a finger. It's not really interacting with the screen like EMR technology or an Apple Pencil. So don't get your hopes up here for a high quality artist tablet here. Putting it through its paces using Geekbench, you can see this is not a fast chip. It's a Unisoc Tiger T616. 8 cores, a maximum clock speed with 2 of the cores of 1.95, so basically 2 gigahertz. It's not going to win any speed tests, but in my personal use so far with Google Docs, Google Sheets, YouTube, and for browsing, it's performed perfectly well. But you can see even the cheapest on their kind of comparison chart, it's way below that in terms of its single core and multi-core performance. The GPU gives a similar kind of level of performance comparatively, certainly not winning any performance tests next to even the cheapest Samsung that are out there. Another thing I always check is I download and install KineMaster, which actually tells you how many threads, how many layers of video feeds that it can actually handle. So you can see there's going to be no 4K video encoding or decoding on here, just up to 1080p, which of course is the maximum resolution of the screen anyway, Full HD+. But you can do 8 layers of that, so 1 for each core I suppose. But when I consider that my HTC that I had in 2016 could actually handle multiple 4K video streams, this chip being only up to 1080p is pretty limiting if you're expecting to use it for media production. But that's not really to moan about this tablet itself, that's not what it's for. My hunch is that one of the areas that they need to save on to give you a good productivity experience at such a low price is that GPU performance. Looking at the camera, there's a 13 megapixel wide, just a 2 megapixel tele zoom, which I don't know why you'd use that. But actually the front camera is actually okay. And it's also 13 megapixel. I think that front camera is perfectly acceptable. So for simple video calls and things, that would be quite good. It does have quad speakers, so there's 2 on either side. Let's give them a quick test as well. The design and build. This is the Crystal Edition. The back shows these mirror finish modules. It's slim, and the magnets are tucked right up here, at the very top and the very bottom, where they can't affect the handwriting. Certainly perfectly loud enough, leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of the real quality at the high ends, the loud ends, but it's perfectly acceptable. And the video does look pretty good. These HD Plus IPS screens that they ship in these inexpensive tablets are really, really crisp, and they do give you vibrant colors and good viewing angles. And that's one of the obvious use cases for this tablet. It's a perfectly acceptable experience of video, especially if you were to use some Bluetooth headphones. It doesn't have a mic jack. And on the marketing, they advertise Widevine L1 support, which is just a way of saying they have the correct anti-piracy coding and hardware on here to allow you to watch content from the big streaming platforms like Disney, Amazon, or Netflix. Again, that's one of the uses. Maybe you need to keep the kids entertained on a plane to Fuerteventura, for example. There's nothing wrong with this for that purpose. And lastly, let's check out Mario Kart. Yep, if you interested in that, perfectly acceptable experience in Mario Kart. So no big surprises here, a tablet that does what it says, and with a price tag which lets you think, okay, well, why not? It might be handy.